Hey guys, I'm back. Can you guys tell I've been playing? My desk is an exploded tornado right now. Actually, my whole craft room is, I think. I have been crafting and going crazy and doing all sorts of stuff. Let me grab. I thought I was prepared. Oh, I am not quite prepared. Okay. So, first thing first, I made my son's Valentines for his class, and I made little matchbooks. So, they look like this. And I just put a little sticker on the back so nobody would, hurt themselves with the staple, because I did staple some Skittles. And I just realized this is really, really, really bright. Hang on one second. Is that better? I just realized how bright... Oh, that's my arm. Just kidding. Thought my lamp was causing a shadow, and that was my arm. Anywho, so I found some, I think this was at one point in time red, and it kind of looks like it's been sun faded. The ribbon, wrong way. The ribbon. I don't know if you can kind of see it. But this is me digging in and trying to use stuff in my room that I don't, normally use. Ribbon is one thing I don't normally use. So, I had a paper stack that I bought last year for Jonah's Valentines and thought I would use them, because I still have 180 sheets left. So I used some of those, but that was his little Valentine's Day. Speaking of my son Jonah, I don't know... I have such a bad memory. I honestly cannot remember if I have told you guys last Thursday. What day are we on? Saturday? So not this last Thursday, but Thursday before, on the 15th, Jonah was at school, and he was playing on the monkey bars, and he fell off, and he broke his wrist at the growth plate. I got a phone call about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Your son fell off the monkey bars. We're worried he has a concussion. He's, they asked him the basic questions. What's your first and last name? What year are we in? What grade are you in? What's your mom's name? Things like that, just to make sure that he was, coherent. But I guess the teacher was saying the way he was responding, he seemed really, really dazed and short of breath. And when they looked at the top of his wrist, it looked fine, but when you flipped it over, it looked like there was a softball in his wrist. So, of course, they took him to the emergency room, and I didn't know that I always believed, I guess I should put it this way, I always believed that if you broke, your finger or your wrist, or, I'm going to move this because it's bothering me, if you broke something, you couldn't move it because the pain was so bad, or, I honestly don't know, because knock on wood, I have never broken a bone, and it took my mom 58 years to break her first one. So, I was thinking, okay, maybe it's fractured, because he could move his wrist, a little bit this way and this way, but there wasn't, a lot of movement. The biggest concern was that he couldn't grip anything. The nurse kept asking him to grip his finger, and he couldn't do it. And, yeah, doctor came in, said, let's get some x-rays, took him for x-rays. She came back not 5 minutes later and said it's broken right at the growth plate. And my jaw just hit the floor, and I'm like, wait, what? Okay, no. I was expecting, a fracture. Maybe he, overly sprained it. No, he broke it right through the growth plate. And this last Thursday, we took him in and, finally got his cast on, which makes me feel a hair better. Because he was just wearing, a metal piece on the bottom with an ace bandage. And so we didn't let him go to school because I was worried that, he was going to bang his wrist against something or irritate it more, or, boys will be boys, but especially when they're 6. So it was a really rough week, because my son, God bless him, because he didn't cry when he fell off monkey bars. He didn't cry when I took him to the ER. He didn't cry when he found out his bone was broken. He didn't cry through any of it. He cried when I told him he couldn't go to school. And that broke my heart. I was like, oh my gosh. You know, no parent wants to tell their kid, hey, don't go to school. Just don't. But I had to. I had to for 3 whole days, and it was... I mean, we went to the school and visited every day just so he could see his teacher and his classmates and talk about what they did in class for the day, and he was really, really upset. My 6-year-old son begged me to go get his homework on Monday. So we went on Monday, we got his homework, and his teacher is just... I couldn't ask for a better teacher for my son. At first I was kind of like, I don't know, she doesn't seem very sociable. And, you know, you're working with a bunch of first graders that are, you know, learning how to socialize, and she just seems very quiet and closed off, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how are you teaching my kid? And then, I mean, she cried. Just called me and cried, please, please, please just contact me and let me know Jonah's okay. You know, I'm so worried about him, I love him so much, and, you know, I'm not a teacher, so I don't realize the relationships and the bonds that our teachers gain with our children. And I have a lot of respect for the teachers that go in every single day and, you know, build these relationships with these children, and, you know, 9 months later or a year later, depending on what type of school your kids go to, you know, they basically hug them and let them move on. So yeah, it was a really, really rough week. But he's casted now. He's, you know, good to go. We found out from the doctor that, I guess the way he broke his growth plate, it's like leaning on the okay, how do I explain it? He broke his radial bone, which is the one on the outer side, but the growth plate that he irritated is above the ulna bone. So I guess there's like a little piece that sits above your wrist, and it's not into, because it's not like inside the bone, but it's touching the radial bone. And the doctor's biggest concern right now is that if that growth plate doesn't go back into place, there's another growth piece over here above this other bone that is, it's developing obviously, but it's not developed enough to show up on his x-ray because he is still so young. The biggest concern is that plate won't go back into place, and then his bone, because, you know, you have 2 bones in your arm, the ulna and the radius. They're worried that the ulna bone is going to keep shooting up, and because that plate is in the way of the radial won't grow at the same pace. So they, you know, he goes, worst case scenario, you come in every 6 months to every year, depending on how it goes for the next 10 years. Because apparently, once you agitate the growth plate, it's like irritated until it's no longer in use, which I guess for boys is, you know, around 16 years old. So that was kind of stressful news. So I just want to share that with you guys, because I did post it all on my blog. I don't know did I mention that? I think I mentioned it. I don't remember, honestly. Everything's been such a blur. I couldn't honestly even tell you what my last video was about without looking, and I think that's cheating. So I didn't look, and I should have, but my blog is up, and I think I've done like 6 or 7 posts in there. I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Trying to sneak some videos here or there. I think just because I've been so stressed out this whole week, I'm like mentally just so exhausted. But yeah, so I posted all that onto my blog, and like all the details and everything like that. So anywho, moving on. I made my first shaker card, and I have to do cards for my thank you cards for my wedding. And I was told that 1 year is the proper etiquette, so I still have a little bit of time left. We got married April 7th of last year, so yeah, running out of time. So I wanted to make sure I got Jonah's Valentine's Day cards done and over, and then I started working on these. I made 27 of them, which is, oh my goodness, heaven sent, because I originally, for some reason, thought I had to do 60. And I don't know what I would do without my husband, because he looks at me and he's like, babe, half of those people were, like, coupled, remember? So you don't have to send each person an individual card. You need to send a card per household. And I'm like, oh, right. So when we recalculated it, I only had to do 27 instead of 60. So thank goodness for that. I've been working on these most of the day yesterday and pretty much all day today. These took a while. But I used, and of course I just covered it up with my box. Ooh! Aw, bummerooski. I just dropped half my cards. Anyways, it's been that kind of week. Can you guys tell? I've been dying to use May Made It stamp sets. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to have to forgive me. It's going to be a long video simply because I can't think. But I won a giveaway months ago. And these were the three, no glare. 3 stamp sets that I got. I got the Bee's Knees. I don't know if you guys can see that without too much glare. I don't know what's going on. My light seems really bright today. So that one there. I used Trixie's Valentine, which I didn't use, like, any of the sentiments or the puppies or anything. I used the hearts right there. Which, I should have used this for my Valentine's Day cards. I totally forgot. I even said to my husband, I really need to go get something for Valentine's Day because I don't have anything. Totally forgot that I have these. See, this is why I gotta dig in my stash. And then I used, this is like my favorite one, Oh Snap. Yeah, I used the Making Memories sentiment right here. And I used the, wrong way, where's my finger, this way. The Polaroid thing. And then Amy on May Made It did a shaker card on her channel not too long ago. I think it was just a few days ago, actually. And I went, oh my gosh, that's it. That's what I'm going to do for my thank you cards. Why? Because I'm crazy. Number 1, I'm not a good card maker. Number 2, I've never made a shaker card. And number 3, I had to make 27 of them. So I made my first one and went, oh, that wasn't too bad. That didn't take too long. It took me like 20 minutes. So to make 27 of them took a while. But I did like, because before, when I was like first crafting, I would do one card, start to finish, move on. Next card, start to finish, move on. And then Amy on Maybe Made It's channel was like, you know, if you are doing a mass amount of cards, you need to do like an assembly line. So this time I did it with the assembly line, and it didn't take nearly as long as the first card did. So I took the Polaroid. Let's start there. I took the Polaroid, and I cut out the centerpiece. And for the acetate, I just used... Ouch. Let me see if I can grab a piece. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you know how we all have, like, packaging and, you know, the little cover sheets from our stamps and stuff like that? I just took... When I cut this out, and I, you know, cut the centerpiece off, I just took these and glued them down, and then cut the acetate piece underneath it. So that's what I used for that, because number 1, I can't afford to go buy acetate. Number 2, I don't know where to buy it. So it works. Worked out wonderfully. And then I just stamped Making Memories down here. I put three little dots at the top, 3 little dots at the bottom. These are, oh, where's my finger? These are Prima, yep. What is this pack? Something Blue collection. And then I just stamped the thank you at the bottom. And then on the inside, I bought, okay, when I first started crafting, I went like all out when I did my envelopes and my cards for our wedding. And I don't know what on earth I was thinking. I don't know. I was so afraid that like they were going to run out and I wasn't going to have any more. And I was freaking out. So I bought, where's my other spool? Did I use it all? See, this is where it's not, I should have been a little more prepared. Okay, here it is. So I bought like 10 rolls of this ribbon, this way, which is very cute ribbon, but I'm not a ribbon person. I don't know, I need to figure out how to incorporate it more. So I bought like 10 of these, and then I bought 10 of like the chocolate brown to go with it, which is just like a little thin strip of, you know, ribbon. Sorry, guys. I'm so tired. I can't even think straight right now. So anyways, I bought like 10 of each, thinking I was going to use all of that ribbon for my cards, because again, I'm apparently really not good at math. I thought I was making 60 cards, and hubby, of course, came in and saved my life and said, no, you only need to make like 30 because, you know, half of the people we invited were married or coupled or, you know, whatever. So now I have, like, I think 7 or 8 more of each of those spools. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So I decided, okay, you know what? I got to figure out how to make it coordinate with the invitations. Because I don't know how many people actually hung on to the invitations. Some people might have kept them. Some might have thrown them away. You know, to each his own. So I used the same ribbon that I used on my wedding cards. And on the inside, it says, forever, happily, ever after. Because on my invitations, I had something along the lines of join us for our happily ever after or something like that. So now it says forever happily ever after. And I just stamped that. Sorry guys, my finger looks really ugly with that big old band-aid on there. But I just layered them up. I don't know what it is about red and chocolate brown, but I love that combination. And then I added 3 more dots down here because of course Michael's had these on sale. Move all my stuff out of the way here. And I bought like a gajillion of these. Come on. I don't know where the other ones are, but I bought, oh, whoa, sorry, that was blinding. So, silver and white. I bought a gajillion of them, didn't even use them on the wedding cards. So now I'm going, well, what the heck do I do with them? So I used them all over these cards. And then this, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. So the whole, like, I tried to line it all up. So there's love, making memories, thank you. And then up at the top, that's where the little hearts are. And then there's a little bell from the Something Blue collection stamp set from Prima. And I use white sequins, silver sequins, red and black seed beads, because red and black were our wedding colors with silver. And then I had this, I don't even know where I got this from. I have this huge tube of glitter, which is now half empty, so I'm very proud of myself, because I didn't know what to do with it. So I used it for my shaker cards. And then it's a piece of, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Can you see that in the background? That's actually vellum that I also bought for the wedding cards and didn't use. So to do the stamps on the vellum, I did just like I stamped one out, and I cut out the inside, and then I would line it up with the vellum and stamp where I needed to stamp, and then, you know, use this as... Oh, you guys are yelling at me right now. I can hear you, but I can't hear the word you're trying to tell me it is. I used it as... something. I used it as a marker, basically. You know, to show me where to put my stamp so it would still show up on the... I can't think of what it is. Somebody will type me and tell me what the answer is, because now it's going to bug me, because I don't know. So anyways, I'm very proud to say that between yesterday and today, I have made all 27 shaker cards. I am done. Now I need to go through and fill them out, address them, and mail them off. So, fingers crossed, those will actually make it to these people before my wedding day. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to hope, and we're going to, you know, cross our fingers and try. And then, last time I made it, I was going to say last week, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong, because, like I said, I can't remember when I made a video last. Last time I had mentioned making a mini album with a configuration box. And, sorry, it's all kind of discombobbled. I found, like, our little Hawaii magnet that we bought when we were in Hawaii. And, we got, I have no idea what type of champagne it was, to be honest. But anyways, that was the cork. And it's got a little star. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you guys see it? I have no idea what the name of that champagne was. Anyways, that was the top of the cork. And then on the bottom of the cork, there is a shooting star. Well, can I get you guys to see that? Kinda, sorta. I don't know if I can make this focus better. I'm starting to realize that that is a very important factor when you're filming. So I have those in there, and then I have a little bottle that we bought when we were in Hawaii. And it's got, It's got a palm tree. Oh my goodness, can you guys tell? This is bad. It's got sand and some pretty seashells in there and like a little love note in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I have a Prima frame in there that I plan to use. Our little turtles that we bought, which I thought were so cute with the little maracas. And the little guitar, or ukulele, depending on how you want to look at it. And then I have another frame that I plan to incorporate in here somehow, and then of course another turtle that has Hawaii and the hibiscus flower. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. Anywho, wow, this is going to be a bad video. You guys don't have to watch if you don't want to. I would completely understand. So, I had mentioned wanting to do a trunk, or make it look like a trunk, with the mini album and the, this is a configuration box. Oh, goodness gracious, Lord help me. Please help me. Gotta make it through this video, because I've been dying to share with you guys, because I'm so excited. It doesn't help that this is all a hot mess, and I can't really show you guys anything, because everything's in my way. And, yeah, I gotta clean all this up. I literally did all of these projects, the Valentines, the cards, the album, no cleanup in between. I just, like, was going. Bad, don't do it. So anywho, I plan on taking the configuration box, and I want to take, I'm hoping you guys can see this. Scooch on over. I'm hoping to take these two and glue them down. Which way do I need to go? This way. And then here and here, I want to put photos from, you know, either me and hubby or, you know, the sunset or, you know, whatever. And then, what did I just do with them? These boxes, I'm going to glue to the side over here, or maybe over here actually, over here, on this side. So it's going to look something like this. And the reason why I chose to do that is because I thought the shape of this was too long and too narrow to be a mini album. You guys raising your eyebrows at me yet? Wondering what the heck I'm talking about? So with it being this wide, it was a bigger, or a better fit for a mini album. You guys follow me? So when I'm going to make, somehow, some way, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make, okay, scooch on over. Stay there. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, this got to get cleaned up tomorrow. I want to make it to where it folds like this. Okay? And the top of this will have a little handle of some sort, and I'm going to make it a trunk. And then when you open it, let me scooch this on back over so I can pretend like it's all together. When you open it, it's going to go like this, and my mini album will be here, and my configuration box will be here. That way, I'm not over-embellishing my mini album with all the stickers and glamour and flowers, and then my book doesn't close, and then I get upset because my book doesn't close, and all that fun stuff. I can do all the big embellishments here, which is what I bought all those Prima flowers for. I don't remember if you guys remember my haul, but a lot of those Prima flowers I had intended to use in my album, and then I thought, it's going to make it really big, and it's going to make it really thick, and then it's going to be ugly, and it's going to open like this, and it's just not going to be cute. And I want it to sit as a really pretty memento of our trip, because good Lord knows only when we're going to take another trip to Hawaii. So that was a very, very special treat. It was one thing off my bucket list, that's for sure. So this is a mini album I made. Hard chipboard on the outside. It is 10 3/4. Nope, 10 3/4 going this way by 8 3/4 going this way. And I tried using Kathy Orta's Hidden Hinge, but my whole time crafting, I've always used the Laura Dennison Stack the Hinge binding, or whatever she calls it. I think I'm going to have to go back to that. because this, I don't know what I did wrong, but when I open it and I get to, like, here, it does that. And I don't like it. I was very proud of myself that I made my very first book to lay completely flat. And I thought this was going to do the same thing, and it didn't work. So anywho, let me go over the pages. I'm going to flip it this way, and hopefully... So this I just left plain. I'm hoping to put... we went to a luau while we were out there, and I want to put our picture in here, because it's an 8x10, which will fit perfectly. Of course, I'll make a mat and stuff for it. But I want to put that here. So when you open it up, bam, it's us at the luau. And then here, I kind of went crazy with my pages. Because I want to be able to put so many photos in here. And, you know, like receipts. And my husband and I, well, I used to work for Walgreens. My husband still works there. And so it was really cool to go out to a Hawaiian store and see how different it was, what their ad was like, and all that fun stuff. So we have, like, you know, a copy of their ad and things like that I want to shove in here. So anywho, so I made a front pocket here, and then you flip this open, and then it's just flat matting there. And then this is also a pocket, and then this flips open, and another flat page here, and then I made 2 pockets right here, which these are on the back of every page. And then I made little pockets for, like, receipts or tags or, you know, so just something little to put in. This one is, you open it here. These are both just plain. And then I put a big pocket here. Now, what's really funny about this is that I had intended for all of my pages to look like this, with the pocket in the front, and then, you know, plain Jane in the middle, and somehow I must have been really tired. I was scoring stuff all sorts of crazy. I was getting really frustrated, and I made a pocket this way. I don't even know how I managed that, but I did. So, you know, it's fine. I'll make it work. And then, of course, there's a pocket here. You flip this open, and then there's the 2 big ones, and then it just keeps repeating itself. So it keeps going, you know, extra pockets. And I think I calculated 132 photos. And that's not including the cover, the 2 covers, or these. I think it was just because, like, right here, I wanted to, you know, be able to put a photo here, and then however many tags I want to put in here. So I could even hold more than that. But I think I calculated each page holding approximately 22 photos, which I thought was pretty good. And it still, it still closes really nice. And it looks like a book. Like how a book should. You know? I don't know. I was just really and then I cracked it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe I shouldn't show you. But yeah, I cracked it right there. But you know what? I figure that's going to be the bottom of my trunk. So nobody's going to see it anyway. Hopefully. Oh no, that's the top of my trunk. Oh, bummer. That's alright. I'll put material or something over it to... Yeah, that's what I'll do. I don't know. So, yeah, those are the projects that I've been working. I've been working like a mad woman, just trying to get my mind off of the whole son breaking his arm. And then poor Brianna, like, it was the worst day of my life. We, as a mom anyway, we get the phone call at 2:15. I run to the school, and hubby has my debit card for, you know, stuff that he needed at work. So I have $0 on me. 0. I have no money on me at all. My van is on E. Gas light on and everything. And I'm trying to think to myself, oh my gosh, how am I going to get my son to my school? Yeah, that's it. I'm going to run with him. I'm just going to hold him in my arms. I'm going to throw Scarlett on my back, and I'm just going to go. I totally forgot that my husband worked early that day, and he was off at 2:30. So he calls me, and he's like, hey, what's going on? The school called? Is Jonah okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm running him up to the emergency room. He's like, what do you mean you're running him up to the emergency room? I'm like, I'm literally going to carry him on my back. I'm going to throw Scarlett in my arms. They're going to cling on to each other, and I'm just going to run. And he's like, I'm right around the corner. Please don't do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Thank you so much. because I didn't know what I was going to... I'm going to leave that right there, actually, because it kind of stops the glare. I had no idea what I was going to do. I had no idea what the game plan was. Like I said, as a mom, I just thought, run. So, are you guys laughing? You guys probably think I'm crazy. So my husband shows up at the school. He picks him up. Scarlett, Jonah, my husband, and I all fly down to the emergency room. And, we literally get there at about 2:30. And my husband hands over... I left my purse at home, mind you. So I have no ID. I don't have the insurance card. I have nothing. I just ran to the school. So my husband hands over his driver's license, hands over the insurance card, and I get a phone call. Mrs. Taylor, I'm really sorry to give you the bad news, but your daughter is in here, and she's got a really bad migraine, and she can't stop throwing up. And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, it's the flu. That's it. I'm done. I'm so spent. I told my husband, I said, you gotta go back and pick up Brianna. And they wouldn't give him his driver's license back. Well, I'm not gonna drive without a driver's license. So I'm like, can you guys just make a copy and let my husband go? My daughter is sick, and I don't know if she has the flu, but she's in the middle of class, and she's gotta go. And he's like, well, I'm trying to type in the information as quick as I can, I promise. I'm like, here, I'll handwrite it down for you. So, husband takes his driver's license, he flies, picks up both of my girls, because now it's, end of the day, school's getting out. Runs down there, picks up poor Brianna. Brianna is in and out of the bathroom non-stop. And I asked her if she was okay. We got her checked out. She didn't have the flu, thank God. Just really, really bad migraine. And it was just making her nauseous. So we gave her some Tylenol, had her lay down. And it was just... And the poor thing, we pull up because Jonah's hungry. Dying of starvation. Scarlett's hungry because we missed out on lunch. And we pull up for dinner. We're going to Wendy's. And poor Brianna just lost it. So now my van smells sour, my son is screaming because of his arm, my other two daughters, Scarlett and Alyssa, are like gagging and trying to not join Brianna in her party. I'm trying to roll down all the windows. It was just one heck of a day. I am so glad that day is over, and I pray with all of my heart I never have a repeat. Like, that is literally a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I don't ever want to do that again. Ever. I'm done. I marked it on my calendar. I'm done with it. So, anywho, I'm hoping to go through and paper piece all this. If you want me to paper piece this with you guys, just let me know. I don't know. I feel like I take forever to paper piece a mini album or a larger album. Because I am a pretty slow crafter. So, let me know if you guys want me to do this with you guys. If not, my game plan is to do the configuration box. So, that is my game plan, if I'm not going to paper piece this on camera. So, I hope you guys all have an awesome crafty week. Have an awesome weekend. And, yeah. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Bye, guys.